Charlemagne, the father of Europe. Charlemagne, or Charles the Great, stands as one of the most iconic figures in Western history. His life and reign, spanning from 747 to 814 AD, were marked by relentless ambition, military prowess, cultural revival, and the unification of much of Western Europe under his rule. Known as the "Father of Europe," Charlemagne's legacy has shaped the continent's political and cultural landscape for centuries. Born in 747 AD, Charlemagne was the son of Pepin the Short, the king of the Franks, and Bertrada of Laon. Upon Pepin's death in 768, the Frankish kingdom was divided between Charlemagne and his brother Carloman. The early years of his rule were marked by tension and rivalry with Carloman, but the sudden death of his brother in 771 left Charlemagne as the sole ruler of the Franks. This marked the beginning of an extraordinary reign that would see the transformation of Europe. Charlemagne's reign was defined by his extraordinary military campaigns, which expanded his empire to cover much of Western and Central Europe. He waged wars against the Saxons in the north, the Lombards in Italy, the Avars in Central Europe, and the Moors in Spain. His most significant conquest came in 774 when he defeated the Lombards and declared himself king of the Lombards, adding northern Italy to his growing empire. The conquest of the Saxons was particularly notable for its duration and brutality. Over the course of 30 years, Charlemagne led numerous campaigns against the pagan Saxons, ultimately forcing their conversion to Christianity. This brutal conflict culminated in the massacre of Verdun in 782, where Charlemagne ordered the execution of 4,500 Saxon rebels. Despite the harsh methods, his efforts ultimately succeeded in bringing the Saxons under Frankish control and into the Christian fold. One of the most pivotal moments in Charlemagne's life came on Christmas Day in the year 800 AD. While attending Mass at St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, Charlemagne was crowned Emperor of the Romans by Pope Leo III. This act not only reaffirmed his power but also marked the revival of the Western Roman Empire, a title that had been vacant since the fall of Rome in 476 AD. The coronation had profound implications for Europe. It symbolized the fusion of Roman, Christian, and Germanic traditions, laying the groundwork for what would become the Holy Roman Empire. Charlemagne's close alliance with the Church also strengthened the spread of Christianity throughout Europe, reinforcing his role as both a secular and spiritual leader. Beyond his military achievements, Charlemagne was a passionate advocate for culture and learning. He recognized the importance of education and sought to revive the intellectual life of Europe, which had been in decline since the fall of the Roman Empire. This led to the Carolingian Renaissance, a period of cultural and intellectual revival inspired by the classical traditions of Rome and Greece. Text placeholder. Charlemagne established a palace school at Aachen, his imperial capital, where scholars from all over Europe were invited to study and teach. He promoted the preservation of ancient texts, the standardization of Latin, and the development of a more legible script known as Carolingian minuscule. This script made written communication more accessible and helped preserve countless classical works that might otherwise have been lost. Charlemagne's empire was vast and diverse, and governing such a territory required effective administration. To achieve this, he implemented a series of legal and administrative reforms that brought stability and order to his empire. He codified laws, established a network of local officials known as counts to oversee different regions, and instituted the practice of sending royal envoys, known as missi dominici, to ensure that his laws were being followed throughout the empire. He also held regular assemblies, known as the Field of May, where nobles and clergy would gather to discuss the affairs of the realm. These assemblies allowed Charlemagne to maintain direct control over his empire and ensure that his vassals remained loyal. Charlemagne's reign was deeply intertwined with his Christian faith. He saw himself as a protector of the Church and worked closely with the papacy to spread Christianity throughout his empire. His wars against the Saxons and other pagan tribes were not just military campaigns but also missions to convert these peoples to Christianity. He supported the Church by founding monasteries, building churches, and promoting the spread of Christian education. Charlemagne believed that a well-ordered Christian society was essential for the stability of his empire, and he took his role as a Christian ruler seriously. His close relationship with the Pope and the Church helped solidify the bond between the Frankish monarchy and the Roman Catholic Church, a relationship that would endure for centuries. Charlemagne's impact on Europe was profound and far-reaching. By the time of his death in 814, he had unified much of Western Europe under his rule, laying the foundation for the future nations of France, Germany, and Italy. His reign marked the beginning of the Carolingian Empire, a precursor to the Holy Roman Empire, which would dominate European politics for centuries. Charlemagne's legacy as a warrior, statesman, and patron of culture has earned him the title, Father of Europe. His efforts to unify Europe under a Christian empire, promote education, and revive classical culture left an indelible mark on the continent's history. The legendary life of Charlemagne is a testament to the power of vision, leadership, and faith in shaping the course of history. Don't forget to like and comment on the Legendary Lives channel.